In this session, let's discuss about the next kind of instructions, that is arithmetic instructions. So when we say arithmetic instructions, so mainly we deal with unsigned numbers. Whenever we take any binary number, the MSB of that binary number, it will be stored to say about the type of the number, whether it is a positive number or negative number. When we are saying unsigned number, the whole bits what we are using in that number, it will be treated as data. All the 4 bits, it will be treated as data. So the general syntax of this addition is add a comma source. Add a comma source. So now once the addition is done, the result will be stored in your accumulator, nothing but your destination A. Whereas the source can be present in any register, in any memory location, or it can be any immediate operand which is the part of your instruction. Here, after the addition, there are the flags which can be affected after this addition, that is auxiliary carry flag, or parity flag. So these flags will be affected once the addition is done. Here we are trying to look into an example which is saying we are using 2 registers R0 and R1, which is used to store the 2 numbers, and we are verifying whether the sum what we are getting, it is greater than FF, nothing but 255. So now first we are moving the data which is present in R0 into A, this instruction, and next we are adding the content of A with R1, and we will be storing back the result in destination, nothing but in your accumulator. Now if there is a carry after the addition, if there is a carry, we will be moving to the loop name message. What this message is saying, if there is a carry, you are sending Y on port P1. If there is no carry, we will go with the instruction SGEM NEXT next. So if there is no carry, we will be jumping to this section of loop which says NOP, no operation, and end of the program. So now this is the program we have written where the 2 numbers are stored in R0 and R1, and we are verifying whether the sum is greater than FFH. You can take out any 2 numbers, you can add them. If there is a carry, you have to send Y on your port P1. If there is no carry, you are not going to perform any operation, and that will be the end of the program. So let's move with the next program. So this is the program where we have stored the data in the locations 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44. And now we are trying to write the program to add all these values and find out their sum. Where at the end of this program, the register A will contain the low byte and R7 will contain high byte of your sum, nothing but your final result. Now you can see we have been given the location and their data present in the respective location. Now we have to perform the addition. At the end of the addition, the A should contain lower byte and R7 should contain the higher byte. If you perform the first addition, that is between 7D plus EB, if you perform between 7D plus EB, you will get the result as 168. Right. So now this 168, in this 1 will be acting as your carry. Now you can see here. So this R0 we are using, which acts as a pointer, right? It is giving you the location where your data is present. Now we have taken R2, which is acting as a counter, that is we have 5 data to be added, so it is 5. Next we are taking 2 registers A and R7, which are store your result, right? Which are to store your result. So A and R7 both we are making it as 0. Both the instructions we are making it to 0. The next instruction, that is add A at the rate R0. It is taking the data which is pointed by R0, adding with the content of A and storing the result in A. Now here we will check about carry. If there is carry, that carry will be stored in R7. If there is a carry, that carry will be stored in R7. If there is no carry, we will go to next. So this next is saying increment R0, nothing but we will go to the next location 41, so that we can get the next data to be added with, right? If once this increment R0 is done, then you will go to this one, DJNZ R2 comma again, where we have to go decrement jump if no 0, R2 again, where? In the location again. You will go there, you will fetch the next data, you will add with the A and will store back the result in A. Check out for carry. If there is a carry, increment R7. If there is no carry, move with the next set of instruction which says increment R0, right? So that you can go to the next location to fetch the data. Like this, you have to perform the addition, and every time you will be checking out your carry status also. At the end of the sum, at the end of your operation, the A will store the lower byte of answer, and R7 will store the higher byte of answer. In the previous addition, what we have seen, it was for 8-bit numbers. If you want to go for addition of 16-bit numbers, then you can go for ADDC, nothing but add with carry. So this is the 16-bit number we have taken. So you can see here 3CE7 plus 3B8D. So whose answer is 78 and 74, which all are in hexa. Now we are particularly saying add with carry, means first we will perform the addition on the lower order byte. Now you can see when we are performing addition with E7 plus 8D, the answer will be 174. Now where 1 is your carry, therefore this carry will be taken into the next state for addition with higher order bytes. So the higher order bytes are 3C plus 3B. With that number we will be adding carry, that is answer will be 78. That is what addition with carry, nothing but add C. This is the program we have our FC 45H and 02ECH. To perform the addition, we know first we have to perform the lower order byte. The carry will be taken to the next byte, next level, that is for your higher order byte, that will be added with FC and 02. Now you can see initially we have made the carry flag is equal to 0. Next we have moved the lower order byte of the first number, that is 45, into accumulator, right? Then we have added the content of accumulator with EC, and the result what we are getting, it will be stored in R0. In the next step, what we are doing, we are adding the value 02 and FC, and we are storing the result which is stored in A to R1. Therefore, the lower order sum what we are got, that will be stored in R0, and higher order of sum, it will be stored in R1. After this, the addition after this addition we will get the result as R0 is equal to 31 and R1 is equal to FF. But every day when we deal with the numbers, the maximum numbers what we will be taking, they all will be decimal numbers rather than binary numbers or hexa number. Therefore, we will go with the next set of number system that they are called as binary coded decimal, nothing but BCD number system. So here this number system will have the maximum representation only between 0 and 9, 0 to 9. Can see. So when we are dealing with the BCD, that is binary coded decimal, we will be having the number representation between 0 to 9. When we say this binary coded decimal, there are two kind of BCD. One is unpacked BCD and the other one is packed BCD. For example, if you are taking this number 000 and 1001, here only the lower order byte what we are using will represent the BCD number. The lower order byte what we have, the last 4 bits, the lower 4 bits what we have, that will represent the BCD. Remaining 8 bits what we are using, it will be 0. Therefore, this number is 09. This number is 09. For example, if you take out this number, this is, I said the low 4 bit represent the BCD, so this is 5 and the higher 4 bits will be 0. Therefore, this is the unpacked BCD form of 05. Whereas moving to the second kind, that is packed BCD number, the single byte will be having 2 BCD number, one in the lower 4 bits and one in the upper 4 bits. For example, if you are taking this number 0101 1001, so this is the representation for 59, right? Whereas in unpacked BCD, if you want to represent the same, if you want to go with the unpacked, then the higher 4 bits will be 0. Only the lower bits will be giving you the BCD form. Whereas in packed BCD, the both single byte will be having a BCD numbers which will be present in the lower 4 bit and higher 4 bit. Try to perform the addition on these BCD numbers. For example, if you are taking this number, that is move a comma has 17, add with the content which is present in a with 28. So if you perform 17 plus 28, what will be the result? It will be 3f. Now we said when we are dealing with BCD, the number representation, it should be only between 0 and 9. When you look at this low order bit, this is greater than 9. Therefore, in this case, to make this answer to be in BCD, we will go with a instruction that we call it as DAA, nothing but decimal adjust for addition. Whenever this lower bit or higher bit is greater than 9, we will be adding 6 to that particular bit. For example, the answer what we got, it was 3f. Since this f is greater than 9, I will add 06 for this. 06 for this. So what is the result? 45, right? So 17 plus 28 is equal to 45, right? Now when we did in hexa, it got us the result as 3f. We said this is not in BCD. To make that answer in BCD, we need to add 06. Then what the answer we got it as 45, which is in BCD form. Understand this DAA, nothing but decimal adjust for addition. For example, we'll take out the second data. So here the second data what we have taken is 47 and 25. Now you have to perform the addition of this and you have to check out whether the answer what you are getting, are they in BCD form or we need some DAA, nothing but decimal adjust for addition. So 47 plus 25. So you will get the answer as 6C. Now you can see C is greater than 9. So what you have to do? You have to do decimal adjust for addition. So now the answer you got it as 6C. Therefore you need to add 06. So when you add 06 for this, you will get it as 1, 2. So 2 here and carries here 7, 2. So the number what you got as 47 plus 25. So 47 plus 25 is nothing but 72. When we did that in hexa, you got the answer as 6C, but we want it to be in BCD. Therefore, we added 06 to that number. Now the answer what we got is 72. Therefore, lower order bits and for higher order bits both are in BCD form. So in this example, we did 06. We added 06 so that we can make the answer in BCD. Now we will take the second data. For example, 52 and 87. So if you perform the addition, then you will get it as 7 plus 2, 9, 8 plus 5, 30, nothing but D, right? So now you can see here, the higher order bit is greater than 9. So in this case, you need to add 60 so that you can make the answer in BCD form. So you get it as 139, right? So now you can see that this is your DAA, nothing but decimal adjust for. We will move with an example where we have taken the data which is present in the 5 locations. The locations are 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44, and we are trying to perform the addition and we are trying the result must be in BCD. So now we are taking R0 which is acting as a pointer so that it can give us the next location to fetch the data. We have taken R2 which is acting as a counter so that we can keep on decrementing after each addition. So accumulator, it is initially 0, and we are using R7 also where we can store the result. Both A and R7 are used to store the result. So initially we are making both of them as 0. Next what we are doing, add A at the rate of R0, nothing but you are taking the data which is pointed by R0 and you are adding with A and you are storing the back result in A. So after the addition you are checking whether do you need DAA, nothing but decimal adjust for addition. For example, if you take out the first data, that is 71 and 11, if you perform addition for this, you are getting the result as 82. Now 2 is less than 9 and 8 is less than 9, therefore you don't want DAA. If you are going with the next data, right, so now you don't have any carry here, so you'll go with next. So jump if no carry to next. When you're coming to this next, it is saying increment R, not nothing but you will go to the next location so that you can fetch the data, and at the same time you are decrementing your R2, right, you are decrementing your R2. Fetch the next data. So fetch the next data is, now the result is 82. This 82 will be added with the next data, that is 65. Now right, 5 plus 2 7, 8 plus 6 14 we have. So E, now 7 is less than 9, we have no worries, whereas E is greater than 9. So in this case what you have to do, you have to add 60. 1 0 1 1 1 2 1 1. You have 147, right, with a carry. Now 4 is less than 9 and 7 is less than 9. Once you are getting carry, that carry has to be uploaded in R7. So like this, every time if there is a carry, what you will do, increment R7, then increment your R0 so that you can go to the next data to be fetched and added with, and decrement your R2. Like this, you have to check out whether do you need DAA, and after the addition you have to store back the result in A and R7.